What's up, big connect?
And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gentlemen of Crypto episode 1298. Today is Wednesday, February 19th, 2025, and I'm King, here to bridge the gap between the community and crypto every day, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. or 7 a.m.-ish these days. I'm going off the Pacific Coast times. Top stories of the day, not many of them, but still some powerful ones. Donald Trump shares 2 posts about Ripple on Truth Social. SEC acknowledges CBOE's request to list 21 shares XRP ETF. Libra's token co-creator claimed he paid Argentinian President Milei's sister. Sanctioned jurisdictions account for 39% of illicit crypto transactions in 2024. And Bitcoin not to be lumped together with cryptos. Czech central bank's chief Mikkel, I might mispronounce that, says, but first and foremost, of course, really quick, let's go ahead and take a look at these prices on the day to see what Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto market is doing. And of course, per usual, we are alive and well. We still haven't taken that big dip, so things looking great. Bitcoin's at $95,744, up 0.2% on 24-hour clock. Ethereum at $2,689, up 0.14%. Ripple $2.58, up 0.36%. Solana at number 6 at $168, up 0.95%. Number 8, Dogecoin, 25 cents, up 0.03%. So not much change today. Cardano, number 9, 75 cents, down 2.7. And Tron at number 10 at 24 cents, up 2.7. Fear and Greed Index is the same at 37. Bitcoin dominance is still at a 60.2%. And Ethereum dominance is at a 10.3% as well. So those are your prices on the day. And again, they are looking good. Can't complain. All right, really quick, let me get this chat up so I can give some shout outs to the stream, shout outs to the chat. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. Welcome back. Let me get this going. There we go. Alapio, what up, though? Memories of Mike, JB, Nerd Up, NC, just call me L, Magnolia, Pelican, Wisdom, Jump Out Girls, good morning, Super Mario, BK Crypto. Welcome back to the show. Today's a short one. Let's get straight to it. XRPs in the news. It's going to happen. Like with the rest of this market, whenever you keep seeing article after article of this, and they're pressing on it, that means that the media wants it to happen, the institutions want it to happen, and now it looks like the government actually wants it to happen too. This XRP ETF is incoming. I would say the better question isn't if we're going to get a Ripple ETF or a Solana ETF. I think a better question and a more fun question would be which one comes first, right? They're both coming. It's about, well, I won't say both, but for sure Ripple. Probably Solana too. I would say 80% of the chances come, but I believe they're both probably coming. The question is which one comes first, or do they come at the same time, right? Do we get a basket of ETFs the same way they allow a bunch of different companies into the ETF market to begin with when it came to Bitcoin? Well, we see that happen where they say, fine, we'll do a Solana, a Ripple, a Dogecoin. Like we'll do 5 ETFs all on the same day and allow you all to have the different cryptos that you like. Like what will be the next step? But one thing's for certain, 2 things for sure. It looks like it's gearing up for this thing to happen. First article to kind of highlight that is Donald Trump posting on his Truth Social. He did 2 posts about Ripple. Looks like U.S. President Donald Trump posts links to 2 articles relating to Ripple on Truth Social, stirring speculation among XRP enthusiasts. Again, listen, I had someone ask me about crypto taxes yesterday. I think they did about $1,300 of transactions on Cash App. I'm like, look, I'm not a tax advisor. Like, do what you're supposed to do. I'm like, if you don't want the headache, just pay it. But at the same time, is the government coming after you for $300 or something, or whatever that amount would be? When you got Donald Trump posting on social media about different tokens, I don't think so. You got to remember, McAfee just went to prison for this, and now all of a sudden, this is a new norm. I got the thing from Cash App too the other day. All right, folks, I might do a fraction of it. I don't know how I feel about it. Like, I just still don't know how I feel about it. Is you're arbitrarily waking up saying, "Hey, there's a crypto tax." For what? What are the protections? What are you taxing for? Just because it's making capital? Like, this is madness. But like I said, with all this regulatory craziness that's going on, you still have a sitting president now posting about shit coins. Like, let's just be real. Shout out to Ripple. I'm not, hey, it is what it is. You're still a shit coin. And he's posting about you, all right? In a startling development, the 47th president of the U.S. took the Truth Social to share 2 separate posts about Ripple Labs. It looks like The posts he shared were, I kind of skimmed through this at first. The posts he shared were in effect Brad Garlinghouse giving a hand clap to the White House. Let's see. Garlinghouse disclosed, of course, Brad Garlinghouse, CEO, founder of Ripple. He disclosed that everything changed ahead of Trump's inauguration. Specifically, well, actually, let me just go back. Okay, Garlinghouse highlighted the changing tides in the crypto landscape following Trump's reelection in November 2024. He emphasized the victory was personal to Ripple, given that the previous SEC administration, led by Gary Gensler, froze its business opportunities in the U.S. for several years. Again, they should countersue them for sure, for sure. They said, hey, ever since Trump's been here, we've had 75% of the companies open roles now U.S.-based, and before the election, hiring efforts were focused abroad, since the company's major clients were not residing in the U.S. However, he's calling it the Trump effect, which says it changed the company's operations and opportunities, with more U.S. deals secured and 75% of its open positions also focused on U.S. residents. So Trump essentially retweeted this or whatever you call it on True Social. He reposted this or whatever. And again, I get what he's doing. I get the thought process of it being like, hey, I'm good for the American crypto companies. They already love me. Look at what I'm doing. This is great. But on the flip side, it is one of those things where it's just like slippery slope for altcoins, because if you're going to post something positive about Ripple, again, if Pepe, if Dogwood, if Farts Coin or whatever else says the same thing about Trump, hey, before Trump, we were just a gas coin, okay? I mean, you could barely smell us, but now we're a full-fledged fart ever since he got in office, right? We're going to go that direction with it. Then I need you to repost something about Fart Coin too, right? And kind of like President Malai over there in Argentina, it's the same kind of respect where it's just like, I'm not promoting this thing. I'm just letting everybody know about it. Like, so again, at the position as powerful as the president, we all know that you can't just let people know about tokens, especially tokens that are like on the cusp of an ETF. You can't just, I'm just letting everybody know about it. This to me is essentially a cosign, because why would you repost a company that's shit, right? If it was a crap company, if it was a scam, it was something terribly or a terrible company, I don't see him reposting and saying, hey, look, this terrible group of criminals loves me, right? But instead, he's saying that this to me is a viable crypto project. I like this project. They've supported me. They may have given me capital. And now here they are talking about me. And let me go ahead and repost this. This is essentially a cosign to XRP. If I'm working in the SEC and I see Trump repost this, that's signaling we need to give him ETF. That to me is saying, he knows what the talks are right now. It's ETF talks, and he's co-signing Ripple at the same time as the talks. Looks like president wants this to go through. So again, I think the bigger question is what happens first? Will it be an XRP ETF or a Solana one? And then, of course, I mean, even the bigger questions is what does it look like? Will we see like a hyper tokenization of these prices pumping because the bags are being bought or they're starting to buy ETFs? How much ETFs will they buy? How big is that market? What happens if a lot of people who are already in the hard asset of let's say XRP or Solana, what if they decide, hey, I don't want to be exposed to hard assets anymore? The taxation, the regulation is too much. I'd rather just be exposed to the ETF. Will we see some of that capital move, right? There's a lot of questions going along with it. Everyone expects and hopes it to just be a straight line up, or at least a linear line going up, but it could be some things we don't see in the meantime. Now, if it's anything like Bitcoin, that won't happen. If it's anything like Bitcoin, then legitimately, yes, you could see a double XRP a few weeks, months after the ETF, and the same with Solana, like literally triple Solana that, right? So who knows? Who knows? But I'll tell you one thing, these are exciting times. You got the president of the United States now doing posts about Ripple. At the same time, they're on the cusp of having an ETF. I can't even believe that. All the while, Cash App is sending you 1099s. Absolutely hilarious, folks. How you gonna send me a tax receipt for Bitcoin or crypto, and our president out here pumping coins? What are we doing right now, America? What are we doing? What? And then also with the 1099 taxes and everything, yeah, since we doing it, is strategy getting taxed? Is MicroStrategy getting taxed this year? Or let me guess. MicroStrategy is getting taxed, but not strategy is getting taxed. I know how that game go. MicroStrategy is over and done with. Is Trump getting taxed with the Trump coin? Like they said, man's made what 20 something billion dollars in that market. Are there taxes? What is this crypto taxes about right now? I don't know, folks. enter at your own risk, do what you want at your own risk. But all I gotta say is it's a lot of crazy stuff to be going on for them to be asking for crypto taxes. All right. I'm not gonna go in depth and detail about the story because it's kind of the same story that we've talked about the past few weeks as well as right now. But the SEC acknowledges SIBO's request to list 21 shares XRP ETF. Again, if you missed it, I want to highlight this. There is a reason why this is an article right here, right? This is a headline for a reason. The SEC acknowledges SIBO's request to list 21 shares XRP ETF. I don't even need to go into detail in the article. We don't need to scroll. This headline, again, I'm going back to the other day. I will not go on this rant. I got to run today. But this is all there is. This is one of the biggest headlines in the year. The SEC is openly acknowledging requests. They never done it, right? They before last year, before BlackRock put that switch on that ass, they've never done it. It took a private oligarch to come along and force our government to do something for its people. Shout out to the private oligarchs out there forcing our government to do things for the people. It literally forced a private company to come in to make the SEC say, okay, we hear you. All right, we're listening. And shout out to that private company. They did get the SEC chair fired. They did get the CFTC chair fired. They did help usher in a new administration. Like, holy smokes, who are all these people, Americans working at BlackRock? We need to do a deep dive on these folks. The bottom line is this. Years prior, SEC would never acknowledge anything coming from the crypto community. And now they're acknowledging things every 3 days and every week. The fact that they acknowledge this, again, I ran it the other day. I'll say it, though, once more, is that they have to give reasonings and answers. Whereas before they didn't acknowledge it, it could be 2-3 years going by. And you're like, yo, you write into them, you call in, they keep giving you the runaround, right? Now it's like within a month, you're getting a response and you're getting reasons why things will or will not happen. And that's great because if you get a reason why something won't happen, you have something to work with. Now you can reverse engineer. You say we didn't do this, we don't have that compliance, we don't have this sign off, we don't have this many Americans, they don't have this market cap. Fine, 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 fine. We'll check these boxes and we'll figure it out. Whereas initially it was, hey, did you get that request we sent you? Is anybody picking up the phone? Is anybody gonna call me back? Is anybody gonna email me back? And it's just like the show kept going on and you would never get a response. So again, happy to see that the SEC is at the very least doing their job and not being treasonous, and that's the Americans' work, right? They're supposed to be doing America's work. Not sure how or why with the last administration with Gary Gensler, they felt like they can receive taxpayer funding and stay in business and not do the will of the taxpayers outside of like 10 bankers. But they were allowed to do it. They did it. But the chickens came home to roost, and now we are on the other side of the spectrum, which is why I think we're going to have a bubble. Either side isn't good. Let me be clear. Like that's why I've always been about self-regulation, just not formal regulation. It is not good to be super regulated to where they were trying to go with the last administration and say we're going to tax everything and 30%. It doesn't matter if you sell it or law. And even right now, the 1099 from Cash App is saying we're not talking about losses. We can't cover losses. We're just talking about what you did on our platform. All right, well, fine. Hey, we're gonna play like that. I took 200K in losses this year. Like we're gonna play like that. We're gonna play like that all the way. So if it's one of those things where you do feel like you need to do the taxes or whatever, I still haven't seen how they figure out a way to tax you. They haven't figured out a way to track losses yet, though, or they're not trying to. Right? The same platforms that send you out, hey, we know you sold this much Bitcoin. These same platforms aren't saying, well, we know you started with this much, but you only have that much left. So you must have lost. They're not doing that. They haven't figured that part out, right? They just figured out how to take the money. So again, it's a lot going on right now. Who knows what's going to happen in the next couple of years with this administration and how they feel about crypto and Bitcoin taxes. I would surely hate for some of you to give away a large portion of your Bitcoin or capital. And then in the next year or two, they say, okay, taxes is half, or we're not even doing taxes on Bitcoin. We're just doing it on crypto. And some of these rules and guidelines change. Personally, I would rather wait to see what happens. Fine, late fees, fines, whatever else that comes with it comes with it. But right now, as it stands, there is no reason to be taxing the market. What number can I call for help? Right now, last time I checked, when you call some of these numbers for crypto help, everybody's just, wait, what? Crypto, like at least now they know what it is. But years prior, they didn't even know what you were talking about. So again, the reason for the tax is just because the last administration said banks are here, we hate crypto, and we need a reason to not only fleece this market, but to slow them down, to add barriers. Oh, and it can help pay the national debt, which we're all finding out is inflated, by the way, anyway, right? Crazy, 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 crazy. All right, really quick, we're gonna go back to Argentina. Libra's token co-creator claimed he paid Argentinian President Malay's sister. That is right. It was unclear if any money was exchanged between Davis and Malay's inner circle in advance of Libra's launch, but it looks like that has come out as there was some changes. What to know? Libra co-founder Hayden Davis bragged in text messages that he bought influence over Argentine President Javier Milei. This was crazy about to me, which is it was even a more damning indictment on the president Javier Milei, is he doesn't even understand like how you the president you don't understand regular politics. Like this is politics 101, where it's just like it's almost like dealing with criminals. Like if you're a regulator or a person in good standing and you deal with a criminal, you have more to lose than the criminal. Well, they know they're going to jail one day anyway. Like who cares? So what? That's they going on vacation. Like you have way more to lose, right? If something were so, it's kind of crazy that this guy is doing an underhanded deal with someone who clearly is younger mentally and doesn't give zero F's out there. I mean, he even said, he's like, hey, y'all just mad that y'all bitching because y'all ain't make no money because you didn't know nothing about the insider trading. Like, this is the same guy. You really thought he wouldn't be running his mouth and talking that smack after you did that dirty deal with him? I expect nothing less from this. I expect the text messages. I expect him to talk about it, talk about a conference. Yeah, you know, we bought us a president, man. That ain't light work, baby. We got Argentina on lock. Like, what? You thought they weren't going to talk about it? Do you not know what this crypto space is about? I keep saying there's some real ones in the crypto space. Even if their name is Braden, Hayden, Graydon, or whatever, you can fall asleep on them if you want to. Them be them boys who steal 200 million up under your nose, and they'll be partying at these clubs getting caught on Tuesday, okay? Davis also said in December that he could send money to Malay's powerful sister, and he does what I want. Ooh, saucy. The claim adds a new dimension to the anti-corruption investigation into Malay's promotion of Libra. Again, Malay said that he didn't endorse it or anything. He just, what did he say? He was just letting people know about it or something. Well, this changes this story because now what's going to happen is, well, I'm not going to say what's going to happen because I don't know their country's laws, but if this were in the United States, they would definitely be subpoenaing. Hayden Davis would get that subpoena and they'd be like, did you or did you not do this? Like, did you pay a sister? Did she talk to you? Yes, no. And those answers came back, yes, and all that other stuff. Oh, Malai, we got to come talk to you too about some things, partner. So again, I don't know what's going to happen in Argentina. I don't know how they do their politics, how much of democracy, dictatorship, whatever they got going on. But I do know this is not looking good for him. And what's making it even worse is again, my man's coming out. Hey, my man's coming out telling everybody, hey, you're but Malai over here, like, no, nothing happened. Hayden over here, like, stop playing with these people. I don't care about this. Yeah, man, we paid him and his sister. Shout out to Hayden Davis, CEO of Kelsier Ventures, who claimed he could control Malai because of payments he had been making to Karina Malai, a powerful figure in Malai's government, not to mention the president's sister. Okay, on a serious note, I don't have time to do I don't have time to do a rant, so I'm not gonna go crazy with the rant. I just want to see something real quick. I just want to how did I know? How did I mean, I'm not even gonna say how to is this I think this is Hayden Davis right here. Is this the Hayden Davis guy? What is this called? Yeah, it looked like Hayden Davis. This is my question, and I'm not even a question. This is super weird, and I'm trying to see the nice way to say this. It's definitely not everyone by a stretch. What is with some humans and they're like, oh, I gotta control, I'm gonna control this other human, I'm gonna control these group of people, I'm gonna make them like good wait, this is our government too. Hayden is a good example of our government and a lot of people who are American citizens as well, wanting to have control of people. I always be talking about people who be in these comment sections mad at me. I'm like, why are you yelling and cussing out a grown adult male in the comments? These are other males I'm talking to. I'm like, you go crazy as an adult male in the comment section. You don't think nothing is wrong with you. What is wrong with you? Like, Hayden was proud and happy to have control over a president. Why, Hayden? Why must you control another human being? Like, what? What is that hardwire in your brain where it's like, oh yeah, I control the president. He gonna do what I say. Like, why would you want that, man? Like, why not just say I have a partner? The president is my partner, right? We're doing business together. This is a good person. Like, this is telling you the psychology of some of these people here in this space. Absolutely psychotic and insane. He's bragging about how this man couldn't even shut the hell up long enough to keep the play going. Well, maybe he did because the play went through, right? They already scammed people for 50 million, 100 million bucks, but I mean, whew, these are the people I don't feel bad for. These are the people. Hayden Davis is the type of person who can never go back to Argentina and fears of going missing, right? If he went missing to Argentina, you can't even be mad. It's like, bro, you're trying to control people. Like, literally, you said it. You're trying to control another human being. Absolutely. And oh man, I didn't see the rest of this. Oh, hold on. I just went back to the story. I just went back to the story. I don't got time for this. I gotta run. I control that. And I know he ain't say what I'm thinking he's saying. He said, I control that N word. Davis claimed text messages from mid December, adding, I send money to his sister and he signs whatever I say and does what I want. Oh my goodness. Oh man, you can see the tweets here. Oh, like I said, the psychoticness. I didn't see this part. I didn't even read this story, but like this hit the nail on the head. This is my point. There are real psychotic people out there who like he's getting off on this. I control this motherfucker. Like, damn, you really all right? That's what's up. That is what's up. This is unfortunate to see we have crypto folks like this, but again, this is Libra. They're looking to control humans and rug pull the rest of you. Oh man, the stories continue. Hey, and Javier Malai, you should be impeached in cold tar and feather for allowing yourself to embarrass your country and your people like that. You just another house nigga. That's all you is. You just another house nigga. Malai, you ain't shit. Malai got how old is Hayden? Hayden look like he about 24. Malai got a college grad making him do backflips and spinning circles. Oh, not like us, man. Putting boogers on my chain. Oh, let me see. You gotta love it. All right, sanctioned jurisdictions account for 39% of illicit crypto transactions in 2024. I saw this story. Wanted to quickly cover it because this is the narrative that's about to be fed to us, and I'm not going for it. Right now in cryptocurrency, there are no barriers. Okay, it is a global financial economy. So when you start seeing this, to me, this is going to try to cut that economy in half. This is what we're doing in the banking sector, right? Homeless people can't get bank accounts. Everyone doesn't have a bank account. If you can't afford to keep what $50 in the bank account, $100, they charge you $8 a month. Some people can't afford that. So everyone can have a bank account. Everybody can have a Bitcoin and or crypto wallet. So I hate stories and I hate the narrative. And I know the United States is going to be the main character in all this stuff, the main antagonist in these things. But this whole sanctions jurisdiction. So they're saying sanctioned jurisdictions account for 39% of illicit crypto transactions. Essentially, they're saying the US, who don't like Iran and Russia, who's moving 15.8 billion in crypto, and other people are doing mixing service and aiding invasion. Well, let's be clear. Before the United States and this whole we love crypto and Bitcoin in America thing happened just what a month ago, we were anti-crypto. We hated it. We didn't want it. We didn't want our own citizens to do innovative things and be users in it. So you can't say you hate a whole economic system and then within a month to say, okay, half of this system is actually being used by sanctioned jurisdictions. Like, oh, you just say you didn't even like the entire system to begin with. Now you're saying, well, only half of it's okay to use. Like, you don't get to say anything. You don't get to say what's sanctioned. You don't get to say what part of it you can use, what's fair and what's not fair, whatever. Now, with that being said, folks, when you do these transactions and business deals, I will say choose wisely because you see the United States, like psychotic ass Hayden Davis, they have that same type of energy. We have that same type of energy, unfortunately, as a government, and they're going to move forward with that energy accordingly. They're going to say, we don't care. We're Hayden Davis. We want to control all crypto people. We want to tax you all. We want to tell you who you can and can't do business with because they're not our friends. Blah, 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 blah. Right. So they have that same energy. So since you're dealing with the Hayden Davis United States, I would say you do need to be careful as far as how you do your transactions with whom and whatever, right? Because they will have real world consequences, even though they shouldn't. If again, our country decides to throw a temper tantrum and says, well, we told you you can't work with these people for whatever reason, this crypto, if they were to throw that temper tantrum, you probably don't want to be on the wrong end of it, right? So, whatever, do what you can, play by the rules. But just as a fact of the matter, this shouldn't be a headline. This shouldn't be a headline. This shouldn't be a narrative. And no, 40% of like, no, what's an illicit crypto trend? Because our government doesn't like half the fucking planet. We're not supposed to do anything with these humans. Hilarious. This absolutely hilarious and just as psychotic as Hayden Davis. There's too many Hayden Davises running around this planet right now, unchecked. All right. Unchecked Hayden Davises. All right. We need to have a Hayden Davis purge, to be honest. Anybody who's like that, we need to purge these folks before they purge you, because that is what they're trying to do. What do you think is going to happen when you don't listen to the Hayden Davises of the world? What's going to happen when he can't buy you anymore? He's just going to say, "Oh, I guess game is over. You guys can just walk away." Or is he going to be like, "No, no, no. How else can I press this thing? Does it take physical pressure? Does it take messing with your business or family?" He doesn't seem like the type to just walk away and be like, "All right, you got me, guys." And neither does the United States. Shout out the gang. All right. Last but not least, landed on a great news story. Czech National Bank is in the news. Said Bitcoin not to be lumped together with crypto. Shout out to these folks. Als Mikkel had previously proposed the Czech National Bank consider Bitcoin as a reserve asset. I also saw a story coming out of them, Czech Republic today, saying that Bitcoin you shouldn't be scared of it. We should be studying it. And it's crazy that you have who is it that said it? I'm not sure if it was the president or the central bank chief who said it today, but it's crazy that you literally had to have like the largest people of organizations, whether it's presidents, central bank chiefs, like you have to have these high ranking people to come out and tell the general public and other institutions that, hey, we shouldn't be scared of this thing. We should study this thing. Hey, it's not crypto, it's Bitcoin, is different. So again, shout out to the Czech Republic for coming out with this. It says Czech Republic National Bank Governor Alex Miko made clear he's aware of the difference between Bitcoin and crypto. There you go. His comments came after the high profile meme coin rug pulls over the past few days. The Czech central bank is currently studying the possible benefits of adding alternative assets, Bitcoin among them, to his balance sheet. So I'm assuming what happened is, again, they have been in the news for trying to add Bitcoin and things like that. But I think they were trying to do like a digital assets thing where they added other cryptos. And I'm sure other people in the government and banks was like, "See, I told you so. You can't do cryptos. What if we did Libra? We've been right there." So this is him probably coming back like, all right, calm down, everybody. We're not talking about crazy Hayden and Libra. We're talking about Bitcoin. That's different. So I'm sure that's why he's coming to make that, that stance and show the difference. And again, I think the Bitcoin reserve is because they can't make the same amount and type of money off a Bitcoin reserve. And they being the governments and the greedy Hayden Davises of the planet, they can't make the same type of money off a Bitcoin reserve as they can a digital assets or crypto reserve. So I think every country, the Bitcoin reserve, folks, that's the honeypot. The Bitcoin reserve is the honeypot. We already seen in a couple US states. A lot of people just want to say yes to the Bitcoin reserve so they can say, okay, what about Ethereum? And then as soon as you get Ethereum, boom, okay, well, Solana, Ripple, Farts coin, and then Farts is coming into the reserve. The reserve will smell before the end of this year. Okay. Other than that, that is the show for the day. Let me check out a quick few comments. Yes, I see who just said it. I don't know who's saying it. I just seen somebody say something about BitBoy. I saw the picture y'all put in Discord. I don't know what's going on with them either. I told you, folks, it's listen, they come and they go, folks. People come and fall from this market for sure. We need an episode. Oh, that was you just informed me. So we need an episode inviting him on. Let's get him on. I tried to get him on before. I think him and Zay might have had some. I know Zay said some negative things about him, so maybe that's not why, but we'll see. Nelson Ortiz, for years, people told me Bitcoin, all the other coins was a scam or pyramid. Thank you for waking me up. Oh, you already know. Let's see. How to get to work. Hey, low key, that's funny you say that. Just inform you. I'm thinking about doing an ebook on that, like here in the next month or so, about how to get started in Hollywood for those who just want to come make some quick money. Let's see. President pulled the okie dokie on his people, going in, cut everything, then turn around and ran those pockets. Yeah. All right, Trump already did it. Trump did his before he walked in the office with that Trump coin. Why did Hayden dox himself? Hey, they don't care, man. They literally do you not see the comments on having these social media videos? They like, yes, people who think like me. I'm okay. I am the captain now. That's what Hayden basically said. He said, I run this. All right. Other than that, this is a show for today. I do got to run today. Smash that like and share.